How the skeleton structure of human body, correct?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is like the skeleton of Linux operating system. So you want to become a very capable, efficient Linux engineer, remember this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so other than that, do we have more commands other than these?
See, there are so many, see, there are thousands of commands and thousands of options. You don't
Hmm.
remember, you don't have to remember all these commands, and it is not necessary also. See,
Okay.
there are, say, when you look at the help system, see, I will show you, and I will not tell you all the help system. See, help system is like a chakravyuha. So there are so many commands, so many options. What will happen if you stick to one command? You cannot remember all the options for all the commands. You cannot remember
Yes,
all the
sir.
commands. What you
Yes,
need
sir.
in an environment, remember that. That is important.
Okay.
So you don't try
Okay.
to take PhD in Linux. It's not
Yes,
necessary.
sir.
Don't
Okay.
don't try to become a Linux scientist. That is also necessary. And the companies, they don't want Linux scientists, and they want people who can work in Linux. For that, this knowledge is enough.
Okay, sir.
See, you know electricians, right?
Yes, sir.
Electricians. Did they study BTech electrical engineering? No, right?
No, sir.
Hello.
No,
See,
sir.
even BTech electrical engineer students cannot do what electricians are doing, correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
So you learn what you have to do. So you don't
Okay.
have to become a pandit. Linux pandits not required.
Okay.
See, once you get but the person who is doing the electrical work, he wants to get more knowledge. He wants to do some experiment. He can go for BTech or anything, correct? Like
Yes, sir.
mathematics and everything. So first you learn what is the problem if you start from electrical engineer. See, you should be able to design new things. That electrician cannot do that. Okay, that is the difference. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
BTech electrical students or electrical engineers, they can design new solution in electrical field. But the BTech, see, technician, say like electrician, they cannot design new things. If there is a problem, he can solve it. That's it. If there is a problem in an existing system, he can solve it.
Yes, sir.
He cannot find out a new solution to a new problem. That engineers can only do that.
Yes, sir.
Say here with Linux, you don't need to find out a new solution. There is an existing system. You are going to work. People are using that. Can you help them? Can you help a user to work with the Linux system? That is your duty now. Once you get familiar with these things, okay, you can go for the next step. Okay, go for some certifications and get it. So there you will design things, solution for enterprises and everything. So it is a step-by-step process. Okay, and system. So this is the directory that contains interfaces for many hardware devices. So many files are stored here in this directory. And so /temp. See, TMP stands for temp. See, in Windows also you have this temp file folder. So how will you open this %temp %? See, this is a directory that contains files, temporary files created by many applications. These temporary files are used when the application is running. Gayatri, Ganesh, Ganesh, and Mayuri, and anyone else who is not changing name, Ganesh Biradar. Gayatri Mayuri Jadhav. Mayuri, you were in my CCNA class, right? Mayuri from Pune.
Yes,
I know
sir.
your location also. Okay. So, Gayatri Aradi, yes. Anyone else? Rushabh Kumar, Pune job internship. It is not just Pune. Oh, okay, so even if you delete this files, nothing will happen. So, but the files that are currently used, that will not be deleted. Okay. So like this, there are temporary files created in Linux system. Those files will be stored here. Slash user. See, this is an imitation. You can say it is a mirror reflection of this root directory. And sometimes some applications will store its libraries, binaries, everything under this particular directory instead of storing it here like a bin or sbin library. So this directory also has a bin, sbin, lib directory, subdirectories. And when you install a new application, instead of storing it in this main directories, it will be stored here in this directory. So these applications want their own separate execution location. That is the main reason. Slash var. So this will contain varying files, variable files, mainly log files. So in Windows also you have a location for checking log files. So you can go for event viewer. So this what is a log file? Log file contains information about all the activities that happened in your system. So for example, when a user started a program, when a user stopped the program, how long the program was working, what files the program accessed. All this information will be what errors happened in your system. So all this information are recorded in your log files, and these log files are good location for troubleshooting your system. So there is a log information 28/3/2022 device setup manager, some information. A connection to Windows metadata and the managed service could not be established. So this, when did it happen? Logged means 28/3/2022 at 8:23 p.m. So this is the information you can get from. So in Linux, these log files are stored in this var directory. So take the notes for this chapter. And as I told you, this is the main chapter you should concentrate on. And this is the skeleton for your Linux system. If you know this chapter by heart, Linux will become very interesting to work with. So you will know exactly what is happening when you are executing a command. That is the reason. Otherwise, it is just imagination. So when you change a directory, okay, I am in this position. You can visualize these things in your mind. So that is the beauty of doing command line.
Sir, can you scroll up?
Bhaskar, were
Yes,
attending CCNA class, right?
Sir, I'm not attending yours, sir.
But there was a Bhaskar in my morning session. Okay, you may not be that one.
Yeah.
There is another Bhaskar in my CCNA class.
Okay.
So before you go to sleep, imagine this picture. Okay, root directory /etc. So before you go to sleep, for at least 1 or 2 days, don't use WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram or anything. If I ask you, see, most of the people nowadays, they are sleeping very late. So Apurva Banda, Apurva, Apurva, hello Apurva, Anjali Pune, Anjali, why don't you hear? Mayuri Pune job internship is using again 2 devices, Mayuri.
Yes, sir.
Mayuri,
I confirmed you in the morning.
did you talk to Pushpa madam?
Yes.
Okay. When do
Before
you
as
sleep
well,
at-
I had
okay.
these words.
Okay. Mayuri, see, just asking, I don't know whether you have talked. See, I am telling other students not to use students. So for example, Ashwini. So they will think, okay, why am I letting you to do this and I am not letting others? So that is why I am asking. Okay, so Mayuri, when are you sleeping at night?
Sorry, sir.
When do you sleep at night? What time do you sleep?
So in the start of this session, a month before in every
day.
session I started, I
Mayuri,
confirmed this.
Mayuri, see, when do you sleep at night? When do you go to bed?
Okay, I heard about ki when
No,
I had
that
got
was
this
1 year before. I asked you that question 1 year before. Just now I asked you this question. At what time do you sleep at night? Yes, Mayuri.
Yes, sir.
When do you sleep?
So by
at night?
12,
12 o'clock. What are you doing before you sleeping? Are you using WhatsApp?
not as such, sir, because now there are, I'm attending 4 sessions that are ongoing to me.
So you are
So
learning all
it's
those things
almost
before.
8 hours
So-
I'm completely attending for this lecture, and after that notes doing session have
You
for
don't get
myself.
any time, right? So this you
No,
want to
no
become
access.
busy like this. Otherwise, you will use Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram or YouTube, right? This is
Yeah,
what-
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
See?
yeah. I won't deny. Yes, I'll be using it.
See, that's what I am saying. Okay. See, not only you, 90% of the people are doing this before they go for sleeping. And see, that's what I am saying. See, for at least 1 or 2 days, just to think about this tree structure, directory structure, and you before you sleep, imagine, try to remember this file system directory structure, and you can see this in imagination. 2 days you do this, you will never forget this. So if you do it today itself, you will never forget it.
Yes,
So
yes.
you can try this. So,
I will, sir. I will.
so everyone, so today itself, at least 2 times, try to draw this image on a paper using a pencil or paper. Draw this image 2 or 3 times. Before you go to sleep, also do that 1 or 2 times. Then you go for sleep. When you close your eyes, imagine this image, picture. Can I remember all these things? You may not remember everything, but still the structure will be there in your mind. Okay. So that is the technique. So next chapter is exploring the file system. So you have already seen the ls command, and so you saw the options for ls. So ls by itself will show you the list of files and directories. ls with the -l long listing will show you additional properties of files and directories. ls -a will show you all hidden files and directories, including current directory dot previous directory dot dot. So you can see dot dot dot. So these are the options, important options you have to remember. If you want to see the property of a particular directory, you can use ls minus ld. D stands for directory. I just want to see the properties for desktop directory. So desktop, sorry. Linux is case sensitive. So it is not showing every files and directories properties. It is showing only this particular directories properties. If you want to just see the property of a single file, what you can do, you can use ls minus just l, then specify the file name anaconda. So it is showing you the property of a single file and directory. Once you are logged into the system, the first thing you want to do is to create files, right? Isn't it, Logesh?
Yes, sir. Create file.
So the command, easy command to create a file. So this is your home directory. So you can see these are the so these are the folders. These are the directory files you have now. So ls minus l will also ls will also show the same contents, correct? Oh, sorry. Ls. What is that? Okay.
Small letters.
ls.
Yes.
You can see the same contents here and here, right? Hello. Isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I want to create a file without any data, without any size. What is the command? Fetch. Fetch file name. So F1. So I have created a new file, right? If I open
Yes, sir.
this file, it will not contain any data. If you check the size, it will show you 0 bytes. So there is nothing in this file. So if you try to read this file, it will not show anything, right? What is the command to read a text file? Cat, concatenate. Cat stands for concatenate. So F1, there is nothing in this file, right? So if you want to add something to this file, I can use the same command cat followed by greater than symbol followed by file name. Now you enter the text here, apple boy, here in LKG or UKG, apple boy cat, dog, elephant, and Control C. Now, if you read this file again using cat F1, you can see the contents of the file. Here also, if you open this file, you will say the same content, correct? Isn't it? Hello? Is that
Yes, sir.
guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, say, so text, you can create new text files. A cat, you can read, you can enter data. See, this cat command, concatenate command, is good with the small text files. So if the text file does not contain too many data inside it, you can read it. But if you try to read a very big file like this one, so if I click places, computer, I am in the root directory now. You can see all the directories we discussed. And in /etc, there is a file called passwd. So we are going to use this file for many examples. So you can see this is a directory that contains user accounts and it contains many data in it. So if I use cat, what is the problem to read this? So /etc, that is we have to specify the absolute path and passwd. See, you are seeing the end of the file, right? See, you are not seeing so it has multiple pages. It is not giving you screen-wise display. In that case, you can use another command, less /etc/passwd. This will give you screen-wise display. So this is the first screen or first page in this file. You press enter, it will go to the next screen. Press enter. So Now you are at the end. Now only you have reached at the end of this file. If you press Q, you have exited from that file. If you want to check the type of a file, for example, you want to check the type of the file F1. So it is showing you text file. So here also, if you right click this file and click properties, you can see it is a text file, plain text document, correct? Isn't it? Hello guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, in Linux, you can use many help systems. See, the main help system I am interested in is -- help option and man command. Man stands for manual page. See, you can experiment with these commands. There is no problem with that, but I will discuss only these two. So this help -- help option will give you a mini explanation, mini description about the command you are going to use. If you want to get the complete description about any commands, you can use man command, manual page. Man stands for manual page. For example, I want to get information about ls -- help. Is it available for this ls? Yes, it is showing a mini description about ls command, list information about the files, and it is showing some options. That's it. But if I use man ls, it is a very big file that contains so much information. So all the information, whatever you want to know about this ls command, it will show you all those things. See, it is not ending. Okay, now it has ended. So see, these help systems are very useful, but don't get captivated by these help systems. This is why I told you there are thousands of commands, thousands of options. No, many options. You don't need to learn all these commands. You don't need to remember all those options. So keep in mind that fact. Now take the screenshot for this chapter. So how many, Mayuri, how many subjects you are attending on a single day?
So in the morning, as I have your CCNA,
Hmm.
it's 10:30 to 12:30. After that, I have a interview session from 1:40. It's almost of 2 hours of talks. After that is this lecture 4:30 to 6:36 almost. And after this, I have cyber security OJT from 8:30 to 10:30.
So that is a hectic schedule. And
yeah.
Why are you doing it like this? You will not even get time.
No, actually, CCNA I skipped before because it's from morning 8 to 10, and I couldn't able to attend this because early morning I'm not in that situation ki I could handle it. That's why I have some other schedule in the morning, so it just I thought of doing it in that hurry, so I wait for the another session. That's why. Even other I have 3 sessions. Even if I had completed CCNA, still I would have a 3 sessions.
See, what is the desktop we are using here? Genome, right? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
So
sir,
far
yes,
we were
sir.
seeing
Yes,
Genome desktop.
Yes, sir.
CKD desktop. So I'm going to create a new virtual machine. See, for this I am going to use Fedora distribution. Okay, 20 GB, store as a single file. Click next. Finish. Now edit this virtual machine settings. Use 4 GB memory. CD. So hard disk 20 GB is enough. Network adapter, bridge, replace. So this is what you were asking yesterday, Mukul. Mukul or someone else. Right. Why did we use bridged?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bridged means you are going to use the same network used by this host machine, but it will have a different IP address. If I use NAT, both the host and guest machine will use the same IP address. Okay.
Okay.
Host only means this is a separate network. So if you want to connect to the external world, you must connect through a default gateway that is from your host machine. Custom, again, you can create your own network inside, create your own switch, connect it, add a different NICs to the systems and everything. Okay. And CD drive, use image, browse for the images, Fedora KDE, open, click OK. And power on this virtual machine. How many of you are attending cyber security class after this class? Please raise your hand. Those who are attending cyber security class from 8:30. Is it starting from 8:30? Hello, Mayuri. When does it start? Cyber security
8:30.
8:30. Who is taking the class?
Sir Manu, sir.
Manu. See, if you study Linux, cyber security is very easy because there you are using Kali Linux, right? Isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Only Mayuri is attending the cyber security class at 8:30. Is it so? What about others?
Sir, ours already 3 classes are running in parallel, sir.
See, how many of you are attending cyber security class after this one? That's what I am asking. At 8:30, are you attending any other class? See, this is just like your Windows desktop. See, you have a start menu here, lower left corner, correct? Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the appearance is also just like in Windows. You have other icons like date and time, network icon, sound,
Yes, sir, yes.
everything on the lower right. And this KDE desktop has more applications than in your Genome desktop. So, for example, for multimedia here also, see that there are so many applications here. Office, by default, it has so many Office.
Have you
applications.
shared the link of this OS?
You don't
Only to install.
not need to install. See, I'm just showing you. See, just if you want to use it, if you just search for Fedora KDE in Google, you will get the link. So that's easy. So Linux LibreOffice Writer. So this is just like your MS Office Word. So you don't need to install any of these applications like Office applications or anything like that. So just like your MS Office Word, that's it. And you have applications, you have applications for see, administration, firewall. Like in Windows firewall, you have graphical user interface for your firewalls, but in Genome, you would probably go for with command line. Here, the terminal is known as console, not console. Okay, see, console. How will you say this? Console. Same thing. The appearance is different. See, date. Show today's date. Calendar. Today's calendar. df minus h. Same results. Free minus h. Same. So same result and see ls. Same result. Clear. Control C. ls. ls minus l. Same result. Appearance is different. That's it. ls minus a. So hidden files. So these are the same. And this is a live system. That means I did not install this in my system, virtual machine. I just started this Linux from a CD. So without installing it in your system, you have started it in your system. So I don't need this anymore. So I'm going to delete this one. And there are so many distributions in Linux that is even better than your Windows graphics. Who is leaving the class without giving the attendance? And you don't understand the seriousness of having good attendance. That is why you are leaving. Okay, that's all for today. So see you tomorrow, guys. So learn all the chapters you have I have taken so far. Good night.
Okay, sir.
Don't use YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, Insta. Only think about
Thank
that
you.
index file structure. Okay.